This is one of the most common things I hear, and I get it. It makes sense on the surface. I'm not in a good place right now. I'm exhausted. I'm overwhelmed. Maybe I should just wait until I feel a little bit more stable before I do this kind of work. And here's the problem with that logic. You're waiting for the very thing that this work creates. You're saying, I'll invest in myself once I feel better. But feeling better is the result of doing the work, rebuilding, not the prerequisite. So if you wait until you feel ready, you'll be waiting forever because that feeling doesn't come from more time. It comes from action, rebuilding. And here's what I've seen over and over again. The people who wait, they stay stuck, not for weeks, for years. They tell themselves they get to once the divorce is finalized, once the kids are settled, once work calms down, once they feel more like themselves. But that day never comes because the stuck feeling doesn't lift on its own. The fog doesn't clear by itself. The nervous system doesn't regulate just because time passes. What actually happens is this. You stay in limbo. You keep waking up with that weight in your chest. You keep numbing. With work, with its distractions, with whatever helps you get through the day. You keep operating at half capacity in your business, in your relationships, in your life. And months turn into years. I'm not saying this to be harsh. I'm saying it because it's the truth. And most people won't tell you this. Most people never fully rebuild after divorce. They just survive. They adjust. They settle into a quieter version of stuck, of themselves, their old self. And that's tragic because it doesn't have to be that way. The people who actually transform, who come out of this chapter stronger, clearer, more grounded than before, they're not the ones who waited until they felt ready. They're the ones who made a decision while they were still in this mess. They took action before they had it all figured out. They understood that healing and rebuilding happen together, not one after the other. That's the difference. You don't wait until you feel better to start. You start so that you can feel better. And when you take that step, when you commit to the process, things begin to shift faster than you'd ever imagine. The fog lifts, the energy returns, the clarity comes back. You start to feel like yourself again. So if you're wondering, well, now is the right time, ask yourself this. What's the cost of another 6 months of waiting? And is that a price you're willing to pay?